Hi everyone, welcome to my very first vlog. Today in my kitchen we are actually going to make chicken spring rolls. They're very easy and very tasty. So let's get started. Firstly, we need one whole leek finely sliced. Then we need one whole red bell pepper finely diced and one whole green bell pepper finely diced. We need 1 cup of finely shredded white cabbage, 1 whole finely sliced carrot. Green chilies are totally optional. I'm actually using 2 green chilies. I've got jalapeno chilies. It's totally up to you. You can use as much as you want to. Just finely dice them before you use them. We need 2 tablespoons of plain yogurt. And for chicken, I'm using chicken fillets. I've got 400 grams of chicken fillets. You can use chicken breasts. If you're using chicken breasts, 2 pieces of chicken breasts are more than enough. So let's get started with the marination process. Firstly, we need a bowl. And now I'm going to add in the spices. I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of tandoori masala, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, haldi, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika powder. Spices again are totally optional. You can add in what you want to and leave what you want to. I'm going to add in the 2 tablespoons of yogurt in now. Sorry about the voice at the back, my budgies. Mix the spices and the yogurt well together. Once the yogurt and the spices are mixed well, I'm going to drizzle in some olive oil. We only need like half a teaspoon, that's more than enough. Mix in the oil and the yogurt and the spices together. Once properly mixed and no lumps are left, add in the chicken and mix it well. I'm going to use my hands. You can use your spoons. So now I'm mixing all this chicken and this yogurt sauce together. Once this is mixed properly, I'm actually going to use a pressure cooker just for the time consuming. I'm going to add in about half a glass of water. Now by half a glass I mean the 250 ml glass, so half of that of water. And I'm also going to add in some chili flakes. Again, this is optional. We like spicy food, but it's totally optional. I'm going to add all this mixture into my pressure cooker, and I am going to put the lid on then, and I am going to let the whistle blow for about 3 minutes. Like I said, I'm using pressure cooker for the time consuming, but if you want, you can just use a normal pan, wok, anything. But instead of using half a glass of water, you use full glass of water. Once the chicken is done, let it cool down and then shred it. We need chunky shredded chicken. It should look like this. Now that the chicken is done, let's get the veggies done. Again, I'm using a cooker. You can use a pan, but we need to add in 1 glass of water if you're using a pan. I'm using half a glass of water again. Now In the water, I'm going to add in the peppers, and the leek, and the cabbage, and the carrots. We're not going to add in green chili at the moment. Mix it well. I'm also going to add in sweet corn. I forgot to mention sweet corn earlier, but I'm adding in sweet corn. You can also add in frozen peas. You can add in anything you want to actually. So now I'm going to put the lid on, and the whistle needs to go for 2 minutes now, because we need to let some crunch in the veggies left. If you're using a pan, then let it cook for 4 minutes. To make spring rolls, we need spring roll sheets. They are easily available. You can get them from Tesco's, Asda's, Sainsbury's, or any Asian grocery stores. I'm using 40 sheets. They also come in 30 sheets as well. Once the vegetables are done, they should be like this. You have to have a little bit crunch to your vegetable. They shouldn't be fully soggy. So once it's done, what we're going to do now is we're going to cook the vegetables with the chicken. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of olive oil in a frying pan. You can use any oil you want to. Once I've added in the olive oil, I'm now going to add in all the vegetables. I'm sorry, I'm doing a voiceover. So now that I've added in the vegetables, mix it well. It has to be not fully cooked. Let's say just mix it around for 2 to 3 minutes, just that it gets some color on it. Now I'm going to add in the green chilies. Mix it well. And I'm going to actually top up some spices. I'm going to add in a teaspoon of red chili powder, and also about half a teaspoon of salt. I'm also going to add in 1 teaspoon of paprika powder, and half a teaspoon of black pepper powder. Like I said before, spices are optional. Put in what you like and how much you like and how much heat you can take. So now I'm going to mix in the spices. Mix it all together. Once this is all done, I'm now going to add in the chicken. Mix in the chickens and the vegetable in together. Just mix it in for a little while, just so the chicken and the vegetables are mixed in properly. Once all the vegetables and chickens are mixed, we need to let it cool down, because we cannot add in the hot stuffing in the sheets, otherwise the sheets rip open. So now I'm gonna taste the mixture just to check if the spices are fine. Everything is fine. Now I'm going to shut the gas, and like I said, we need to let it cool down. So now the next step is to make a slurry. Basically what is slurry is plain flour with water. So we can get 3 tablespoons of plain flour, and slowly by slowly we're going to add in water. Now the consistency has to be a thick paste, not too runny, not too thick. Just keep on adding on water until it's a thick paste, and if it goes a bit thin, then doesn't matter, add in more plain flour. If it's thick, then doesn't matter, add in more water. But just make sure that there are no lumps and it's all mixed in properly. Now we're going to start the procedure of assembling the spring rolls, but before we do that we need to get our oil warmed up. I've got a wok here with some vegetable oil, and we're going to leave it on a medium heat for it to actually warm up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 1 sheet of the pastry. I'm going to turn it the way like the diamond shape. On the top corner I'm going to put in 1.5 tablespoons of the filling. Spread it equally. Now you get the top corner and you overlap it where the filling is and pull it back. Then you roll the sheet to halfway. Then you get one edge and bring it in, and the other edge and bring it in, just like an envelope. So you're making a pocket envelope. Then we get our paste, the slurry paste that we made. We get a pastry brush, and now we're just gonna dab it on some paste just on the ends, and we're gonna roll the spring roll right to the end. And that's it. It's done. If you have any edges coming out, it doesn't matter. You can just nip them in like I'm doing down here. And that's it. I'm going to make another one for you. So we take it like the diamond shape. Then we put in the filling on the top corner. Spread it equally. Now we're going to get the corner and we're going to overlap it to where the filling is. And we're going to pull it back. And then we're going to roll the sheet halfway. We're going to pick up the edges from both sides where it should be like an envelope, and then we're going to add our paste to the end, and we're now just going to roll it over. So whilst I make these, so now I'm going to fast forward, so because I've got 40 of them to make, so I'm going to fast forward them till the end. So now we're going to start frying our spring rolls. We need to check the temperature of our oil. The best way to check the temperature of the oil is to get a little bit of the pastry sheet and put inside the wok, the frying pan, or the pan or the fryer, whatever you're using. And if it rises up, then that means the oil's hot enough for the spring rolls. We can't use too much hot or it's going to burn the spring rolls, and we can't use too much cold, otherwise the spring rolls will open. So it has to be the right temperature. So I've put the spring rolls in, and I'm not going to touch them until they are golden brown from the bottom, which normally takes around about 3 minutes. Once they are golden brown, you can actually move them around without them breaking or opening. So when the bottom is golden brown, so you can turn them over, and once they're golden brown all together, you can take them out. We can serve our spring rolls with many different things, tomato ketchup, hot chili sauce. I like to actually serve it with mint chutney. It's actually coriander mint chutney. So in a blender, we're gonna add in a bunch of coriander. I leave my stems on, and also a bunch of mint with stems on. And I'm actually using 3 green chilies, but you can actually add in 1, 2, according to your heat capacity that you can take. We're gonna add in a 1/4 glass of water, and we're going to turn the blender on. Shake the blender well throughout making the chutney, because sometimes it gets stuck because of the less water inside the blender. We can't use that much water in the blender whilst making our chutneys, because then it will go very runny and that will not be made properly. But if you shake it once or twice, it does the job. Once it's all done, open the blender slowly, because once you open the blender, you're going to start coughing because of the green chilies. So once you open the blender, we're going to use 1 cup of plain yogurt. I'm actually using 1 measuring cup of plain yogurt. I actually use Pakiza yogurt. It's very thick, and you can easily get that from Tesco's or any Asian grocery stores. You can also get them from Asda as well. Now I'm going to mix the yogurt with a fork, just so that it's a little bit thin. Just mix it for a few seconds. I'm going to add in some milk. You can add in milk, you can also add in water. It totally depends upon you. Not more than 2 tablespoons. And once you've done that, just slowly mix it. And now add in the mint sauce. We're not going to add in all together at once. We're slowly going to add it in. If you make all your spring rolls, like I have made 40 spring rolls, and you're only actually making a few, you can actually easily freeze them. If you want to keep them overnight, like this is a month of Ramadan going on and we don't need to make it again for tomorrow, you can put it on a tea towel. So in a dish, if you put a tea towel at the bottom, layer the spring rolls, put a tea towel on the top, you can put it in the fridge. That won't dry up the spring rolls, and the spring rolls will not stick together. If you want to freeze them, if you flash freeze them first of all, and then if you get them out after, and then individually you can put them inside freezer bags, that can be done. Now I'm going to add in salt in my chutney. I'm going to add in 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to mix it well. Make sure you mix it well so that any lumps of the salt are not left at the bottom of the chutney. Mix that well, and that's it, your chutney's done. Our spring rolls are ready, and this is a final look. I am serving them with chutney and tomato ketchup, and now I'm actually gonna show you how crispy the spring rolls are. I hope you like my recipe, and if you do, then please do give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of my recipes, then please do subscribe to my channel. So that's from me now. Take care. Bye.